Hey, welcome back. Been a couple of weeks and I'm putting out scarce few videos coming off that illness, but I'm all better now. And today I'm going to bring out 2 bourbons instead of 1, and you'll find out why right after this. Okay, we have Old Forester 1870 original batch. I had an opportunity to select from 2 or 3 different Old Foresters besides the Statesman. And this one, I don't know why I picked it. I was under pressure at the moment, and I was like, you know what, original batch, let's try it. I'll get to the other ones later. But since I already had Old Forester Statesman, I want to put these against each other. But before we get into the Statesman, I want to give this an honest review. So let's look at this one, Old Forester 1870 Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, original batch. It's 45% alcohol by volume, 90 proof, okay? Distilled and bottled by Old Forester Distilling Company, Louisville, Kentucky. All right, so I took the plastic off, broke the seal, but I have not uncorked this yet. And I've been pretty excited about it. Good little pop there. Ooh, that's nice. And I'm going to pour it in the Bourbon Bounty glass over here. And I'm not going to pour you one today because I'm trying both of these. And I know I'm going to pour, and I'm going to go ahead and pour this, but I'm not going to nose it or anything until I give that one an honest review. But we'll let it start airing out and give them equal opportunity here. All right. Except for that drop. Had to have the drop. Okay. Now, let's swirl this one. Now the Statesman is a little higher proof, barely. It is 95 proof, so 47.5%. We'll give it a little swirl here. And before we get started, as we look at the color, very, very similar in color. I mean, I don't know if you can tell them apart on the color. But let's nose this one and let's do the original batch review. And again, the 90 proof, that's right in my wheelhouse right there. I mean, I like it above that, but you know, anything below 90, I call it a lower proof. I don't call it low proof. I call it lower proof bourbon. And it's just my experience with 100 different bourbons. I usually get more notes and better flavor out of higher octane. I call it octane, higher alcohol by volume bourbons. It's just, you know, by and large, the legs on this thing are holding up really well. Slow runs, slow trails, it's pretty fat. So we know that it's good, darker side amber color, not the darkest I've ever seen, but certainly on the darker side. Getting the apple up front on this, vanilla, of course. Pretty basic, typical bourbon notes on the nose. Not picking up any spice in that whatsoever. No, maybe dipping into some darker fruits. So I'm expecting this to be right along the line, at least on the nose. And I have never tried this, so this will be the first try. But I'm expecting this to come along the lines of the Michter's bourbon, the US 1 or Eagle Rare maybe. But we will see. So good legs. All right, let's give her a sip. Coated really well. Don't like to give a lot of notes off that first sip. Let's get the palate used to the bourbon. But I am picking up those appley fruit notes across the top. So there's that. So we know, but there is a darker note to that. Now, let me go ahead and get a little swig of this. Yeah, it's staying up there. It's not dipping as sweet. It's staying a little bit drier than some of the other fruitier type bourbons. I'm not picking up a lot of rye in this. If there is, my bad, but I'm sure it's not a very high percent. It's probably not, if it is double digit, it's not much. But probably a roasted barley and a sweet and a good amount of corn. Now, that I've tried that, let me put it up against the Statesman that I've reviewed before. Softer, even though this is a higher alcohol content. Yep. It is a little softer on the nose. Now, I will say, I shaved not too long ago, and I am picking up a little bit of the aftershave that I put on from my hands. I hate that, but I'll try to hold these glasses down here a little more. Yeah, this one's more apple forward than this one. I think we'll see what this is getting into here on the taste. That is a great bourbon. I don't care if they made it after some movie or whatever. This is a really good bourbon. And that little bit more alcohol content in there really comes through for me. I would say I like this one a little bit better as far as like deeper notes to it. And it tastes like it has more wood notes coming out compared to this one. A little tiny bit sweeter, I think, on that side. Let me try this one again. That is really good, though. For a not quite as sweet bourbon, man, that's good. And I'm not rinsing. I'm just on top of each other here. Yeah, this one's a little sweeter, but it's a darker sweeter. It's more like a brown sugar in there, where this one doesn't really dip to that brown sugar level. But there are some different notes in here, like with maybe a darker cherry fruit or something, where this one just tastes like the regular fruit roasted, maybe a roastier flavor. I'm not going to speculate on the mash bill on these, but I mean, they are very similar in profile. I am really digging out subtle differences between these two, but on a smoothness scale, I know we talked about, the finish on it and how, is it rough? Does it bite at all? I think even though this one's a little higher alcohol content, I think it's a little smoother in terms of drinkability. Yeah, it doesn't bite you at all, but I wouldn't kick either one of these out. I mean, I am just, pleased with both purchases, put that way. But really, there are subtle differences. And I'm now anxious to try some of the more Forester line to see, what big of a difference I can get between this and there's different ones. I can't think of them right now, and I'm not even going to try to spout them off. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. As always, please like and subscribe. Hit the bell down there for notifications. Share me out, and I promise I'll keep bringing you these videos.